Firstly, I want to acknowledge all our leaders who are present here today, all our LLG presidents, members of the provincial government, all our provincial administrator and his staff, district administrator and his staff, all the SME owners and SME sector members, management and staff of Mibank and Mibank. Thank you very much for honoring us with your presence here today to witness this very important signing of the Memorandum of Understanding and the provision of funding for this important program that has been launched by the district today. Support to MSME and SME is very important to the very survival of our country. Don't take this initiative very lightly. When we started the DSIP program over 10 years ago, one of the sectors that we insisted on being covered was money being provided to our rural sector, our rural population to start up small businesses. And out of the 10 million kina, when we were in government, we insisted that at least 10% minimum must go into supporting this sector. I'm very happy today to come here and witness our good member launching this program, giving you that opportunity to have access to capital to start up your business for each and every one. I don't have much to say, but I'm very happy to see that Papua New Guineans are now thinking of going into business, starting businesses seriously for the first time since independence. When we look across the country, every sector in every business is dominated by foreign investors in our country. This is not to say that we want to discriminate, but we don't want them to dominate and shut out the opportunities for our people. That is why districts like Alotau and my own district in Yalbupangia, it is very important that we support the MSME initiatives. This is a sector that will employ the most number of people in this country. Most number of people. Because this is a sector that will employ the family first, and then relatives, and then the community in whatever small business that they are starting. Today in this country we have a national crisis happening because our economy is not doing too well because of some very poor decisions made by leaders in parliament. Poor decisions where we don't have the investor confidence in the country, where people want to come and invest, and also our local community can invest in businesses throughout the country. Many of our big projects have been put on hold. 4 or 5 projects that has potential of employing hundreds and thousands of people, both formally and directly and indirectly. But because somehow our decision makers have not had the opportunity or the chance to making the right decisions that will fast track the implementation of these projects, that is why our national economy is struggling. Many, many thousands and thousands, probably millions of Papua New Guineans are out of work over the last 3 or 4 years. And the potential for them to get back into work is very limited because the opportunities are not there. No government or no leader can provide employment for a whole lot of us. So we don't have to fool ourselves. We need to be realistic. So when you elect good leaders in parliament like our good member, I am so pleased, as many of you know, that I've been around for quite a while. I have seen leaders come and go in parliament. I'm still there. I intend to be around for a while longer. And I see our good member starting his career as a leader and member of parliament in the right way. In the right way. Where his focus is the people of his electorate. This kind of initiative is the right approach where you can touch the lives of many, many people. And I know that it will be a success, because it's not only for the leader to make it work, but all of us have to work hard. I say this to you because I have got a little bit of experience in SMEs as well. I started my career as a small businessman 40 years ago. And I still have small business going today. But it is not easy to survive year after year in small business. Don't think that success will come in 1 year or 2 years. Success will come over many, many years of hard work. And I'm pleased to hear the experience of two of our leading small business owners in Alotau sharing their experience with us. And their experience is real, because the ability to make sure that your business survives depends very much on capital. And many times, we all get into this habit of criticizing ourselves and governments and everyone that loan is a bad word. Getting a loan from the bank or getting a loan from someone else is a bad word. It is not. The bad word is when you are inability to repay that loan. Every successful business in the world, every successful businessman in the world, doesn't matter whether you are the richest man like Elon Musk, they all have to raise capital to do their business. They all have to go out to the public or to the banks to borrow money. And today I'm very pleased to see these two emerging banks in our country who are here supporting SME and MSME in our community. They are the window to the capital that we don't have. And establishing that relationship with the bank is very important, because don't think that you can go somewhere else and borrow money. Banks are only the front line of that avenue that will give us access to capital. And the member is now putting his money to supporting you to have the equity portion that gives you the ability to go to the bank with an idea to start up the business. And normally, many businesses are successful where you are using your talent. Don't go and start up a business because your neighbor is buying a bus, your neighbor is starting a small trade store on the other side. That may be his talent, it's not your talent. If you are trained to be an electrician, as our member said, mechanic or carpenter, those are small businesses that you can start. I'm very happy to see our SME sector here now getting into clothing. Everybody here who is sitting here today and every of our population needs clothes. Textile industry is an important sector. Carpentry is a very important sector. When I go to many provinces and districts around the country, I don't see one carpenter starting to make coffins. Instead, they go to the China shop owner and tell him they're going to buy a coffin from him. We all will die. We all need a coffin to be buried in. But nobody wants to get into that business. So these opportunities are there for us. Those kind of opportunities are there. So where the community and the people and the population will demand like food, clothing, and all those things that we need on a day-to-day business, there is an opportunity for you. So all I want to say to you today is that any government that PNG is going to be part of, in the future, PNG will be part of a government. We have formed two governments here, and we will be part of the next government. Even the current government, without PNG, they wouldn't be there today. But they have lost their way somewhere. The policies that we have done in Alotau today are more relevant today than in the last 10 years. Free education, free healthcare, funding to DSIPs so that we can continue to build our districts. Those are relevant, touching policies that touch you and I every day. So as I said earlier, our economy is struggling. Next few years is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. So you think that, when people are out of job today, next few years is even going to be harder. Many experienced and many good trained people are out of work. So the opportunity to start SME is very important. Get into that sector. Encourage yourself to discipline. As our SME owner said earlier, she talked about savings. When you have a little bit of extra money, don't have the temptation of spending all the time. Learn how to save. Every saving you make is a foundation for your success in the future. Because that will have an opportunity for you to start building your business to be a bigger business. And I'm very pleased to see having that kind of success. And it is success that can be multiplied by thousands. So I want to conclude by saying that Alotau and Milne Bay is a very unique province. It's a very peaceful province, but we have had a few little problems here and there over the last few years. It doesn't mean that we stop believing in ourselves. We have to get our community back into believing ourselves that we are a peace-loving community, and tourism is one of the biggest programs in the country. That's why when we were in government, we supported the extension of Alotau port so that you can get bigger ships in there. We supported the upgrade of the Alotau airport. We supported the upgrade of the road all the way up to East Cape and the seal roads that we did. We supported some of the programs here that the Milne Bay provincial government put to us through the former governor, Sir John Luke Critton, and of course our former member, Charles Abel, to try and make sure that you maintain this infrastructure to serve the industry that you most are good at. That is tourism. You have a huge potential, not only about foreign tourism, but local tourists as well. We have to encourage Papua New Guineans to visit Alotau. Use the guest houses, use our markets, and use our SME to come and relax and enjoy the hospitality of our province. The second issue is you've got a big natural resource of fisheries here. And I'm very pleased that the governor and the member for Alotau are pushing our national government to make sure that we have our fair share of our fisheries revenue in Milne Bay province. For Milne Bay province. And we will continue to support that. The National Fisheries Authority cannot come around and do their own infrastructure program. When we were in government, I thought that was a good program. We supported the jetty programs that has been happening right across parts of Milne Bay. There are new jetties there that this program built, but that is not enough. We must have revenue in the province and revenue in the district so that they can support the good work that the honourable member is doing. This is an important industry. Fisheries is an important industry. And of course, agriculture. You have a very fertile land, but now it's used for oil palm, where it is only benefiting one or two investors in our province. We must allow the block order scheme that has been very successful in West New Britain and East New Britain to start here. Not by bringing labor from other provinces to come here, but using the labor and land ownership of Milne Bay people to support the opportunity in that sector, the agricultural sector. So you've got three big opportunities in agriculture, tourism, and fisheries. These are opportunities that the member is trying to open up for you, and I'm certain that with the support that you will extend to him, he will be able to make sure that these programs continue to work, and of course, he will continue to fund over the next 10 years. I know many people complain about the DSIP, but those complaints are not right across the country. Some districts like Alotau, my own district in my own province, some districts it's working. We are delivering health services, we are delivering schools, we are building roads, we are building infrastructure, we are funding SMEs, and we are funding our communities to have a better opportunity and better service. So it's not a bad program. Just don't forget, over 10 years ago, places like Alotau and Misima and Nesala and Kiriwina never saw government funding since independence. Not one toya was spent. They budgeted in Waigani that we are going to send so much money to Kiriwina, but they never sent it to you. We never saw those money. So you know that now we have money, we can hold a member accountable. We will know what the member has done with the money that he has received. So, we must sometimes pull back and stop just criticizing for the sake of politics and talking. If a member is doing a good job, we have to give him the support. And I think you will see the change that will happen in Alotau. Finally, I know that Alotau population is a big population. And I know that over the next 3 or 4 years, member has not been in office even more than 1 year, and he's doing an excellent job. I want to ask some of those candidates who contested the last elections. Please, remember this. Elections are finished. You can't keep on fighting. Now it's time to serve the people. Right across the country, the elections were not fair. There were a lot of hijacking, there were a lot of hold-ups, there were a lot of double votings. But I did not make complaint once, because PNC suffered as a result. It's no point complaining. We need to get on with life. We need to allow, the people have made their choice, right or wrong, they have made their choice. Now we have to work with the leaders to try and make a change in our country, and that's the right thing to do. So, those leaders, please, work with the member. He's been here less than 10 months now. 10 months, another 4 years and 4 months to go. An opportunity to test him and judge him will be at that time. But as I said, Alotau is a big population, big district. We have placed it at one of our #1 priorities to split the province. Unfortunately, the current government gave some other provinces more seats than Alotau did not split. But I can assure you that now I'm told that it's on the #1 priority. So you will have an extra seat in Milne Bay province. So those of you brothers and sisters who want to run for elections, let's wait until then. But right now, let's save our people. Finally, I just also want to conclude by saying this. Population in our country is increasing at a very alarming rate. Unsustainable. Meaning that we will be, each one of us who have children will be finding it hard to look after our children properly. So we need to control that. Invest in limited numbers so you can give quality attention and looking after all of our children. And SME will be supported by the children in the future. You are building the future for them. And I am very happy to see that many of the stalls who are here today, the encouragement of things that you are doing, it is encouraging. Our country is for the future. Our SME and MSME is for the future in our country. And as long as we maintain some common sense approach in it, we will be successful. And thank you very much, but I want to conclude by just this message to the public. Every time when we talk about MSME or SME, the owners cannot do it alone. The public and the consumer can make it work for them. I see everywhere in the country, when we go there, you have a Papua New Guinea SME on one side, but we have a foreign trade store on the other side, and everybody's going to the foreign trade store. Why can't we think about buying Papua New Guinea first? If our people don't have it, yes, you have an option to go. But even if they're expensive, even if they are poor quality, these are our people having a go. So we, public and consumers especially, have an ability to make any of these businesses very successful. If tomorrow, if all of us do not go to some of these foreign-owned stores, they will not be successful. they will pack up and leave. So think when we are shopping, our behavior also reflects us to the success of our own people as well. So with those few words, let me conclude by saying that thank you, the Honourable Member for Alotau, the Honourable Rick Morris, for inviting me here to witness this very important initiative that is giving hope to our small business owners in our Alotau district. And I hope your DDA and yourself continue to support this over the next 4 years so that they can become stronger and stronger so that we all can be very proud. Thank you, and God bless each and every one of you. I wish you all the success, and thank you to Mibank and Mibank for the support that you are giving our good member and his DDA. Thank you very much.